Alright everyone, let's get back on the horse this week after the not so stellar news of last week with something we as a community can all get behind. And that's more god rolls. So the Solstice event is either coming or is here right now, and very quickly I wanted to check out one completely new weapon and another one that got access to some new nasty perk combinations. Now the first one up is the blank bow, the unnamed bow as we're going to call it. Now, I don't know how the data miners have access to every stat and all of the profiles, everything about this weapon, but somehow don't have the name. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We got the important part, the perks. I'm just going to read these off row by row because it's a very, very strong weapon. First up, Repulsor Brace. We've got Archer's Tempo, Enlightened Action, Hipfire Grip, Successful Warm-Up, and Loose Change. Those are all the perks in the first column that are notable. In the second column, you've got Destabilizing Rounds, Golden Tricorn, Kill Clip if you want it. For my PvP guys, Opening Shot is here. You've got Precision Instrument, as well as Archer's Gambit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the choice is yours with perk combinations, and it's got them all. Before we get into that, let's touch on the Origin trait, because that is new as well. Dream Work, which is the old Origin trait from the Solstice weapons, once per reload, assists or assisted final blows, partially refill the weapon from reserves and increase reload speed for a short duration. And of course, bows receive faster draw time. On this one, we've also got Vice Stinger, which is a way better Origin trait. Hits have a chance to just automatically reload the weapon. And on a bow, it's not as noticeable as some weapons, but hey, it's going to work in our favor here. Now, back to the perks. You've got Repulsor Brace, Destabilizing Rounds. You could run Repulsor Brace, Golden Tricorn. Honestly, Repulsor Brace with any damage perk in the second column is a go-to. Great combination, and lock that down. You've also got Archer's Tempo here. Draw time decreases after every precision hit. If you don't want to go all in on Void, you can go all in on your draw time with something like Archer's Tempo and all the way at the bottom here, Archer's Gambit. This perk is nasty, and it's not a new one, but I think this is the easiest weapon you could get the perk on. Hipfire Precision Hits grant a massive draw speed bonus for a short duration. Now it says Hipfire Precision Hits, and it's going down on that draw speed. So Archer's Tempo, of course, decreasing the draw speed even more is just a perfect combination. But even better, I think, Hipfire Grip in Archer's Gambit. Of course, this is the Hush Bow go-to, but you don't have to compete with, first of all, Gambit, and second of all, a ton of other perk combinations to get it. It's right here and easy to get. So I highly recommend locking that down. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is a must farm. If you like bows or Void as a general subclass, please lock this down. It's a 100% must grab. Let's move on to the next one. Next up is Crowning Duologue. And yes, I know, when this weapon released, it was the definition of dead on arrival for two reasons, one of which has 100% been corrected. Now, originally everybody, the perks on this weapon were horrendous. No good heavy damage perks in that third column, so we instantly wrote it off. But, going over to the updated version, that has since been corrected. The second reason, though, this rocket has not achieved meta status, and I don't think it will achieve hard meta status now, is because of the frame. Now, precision frames, if you didn't know, actually do a bit less damage than all the other frames, with the benefit that this rocket has inherent tracking. Now, that tracking obviously does not outweigh the 6% loss approximately in DPS, but in maybe a strand build with full synergy or a strand surge activity, that just might do it for many people and make this worth farming. Now, me personally, I'm going to hoard everything, so let's just go over the perks I'm looking for. First up, of course, auto-loading holster. This is a go-to on heavies and especially rockets, just letting you switch to another weapon, deal damage as well, pull this back out fully loaded, ready to shoot another rocket. A go-to and obviously something you're going to want in combination with maybe bait and switch. This perk says, deal damage with all equipped weapons within a short time to give this weapon a damage boost. Now, as you can see there at the bottom, you have to damage the target with your other two weapons within 7 seconds, and then hit your target with your rocket to proc this buff. And when I tell you that is not difficult at all, the timing right there is huge. So bait and switch is obviously a go-to. That 30% damage buff is one of the highest in this third column on heavies, and that's why bait and switch is most likely always the god roll option if it can roll it. Now, a better combination for bait and switch, in my opinion, is going to be reconstruction. This weapon slowly reloads itself over time up to double capacity. Very, very good. While you're just running around killing ads and preparing for the boss, this will overload the weapon. And when you proc bait and switch, you'll have 2, maybe upwards of 3 rockets in the magazine ready to take advantage of that buff, which cannot be refreshed, but if you reload, you can still take advantage. Very, very strong. Now, this is an interesting opportunity here as well, because reconstruction can roll in the third column, as well as Envious Assassin here. Defeating targets with other weapons before drawing this one transfers ammo to the magazine from reserves. This weapon can also overflow the mag based on the number of targets defeated. Now, Envious Assassin in combination with Reconstruction is extremely interesting. The first time any rocket can roll this, and I'll be hunting this perk, this roll option down just to see what it can do. It may or may not work. We might get 3, we might get, hell, 6 or 7 in the tube, so you never know. Always look out for these kind of cheesy, interesting perk options, guys. So this was a quick one. Auto-loading holster, bait and switch, or reconstruction bait and switch 100% on crowning Duologue, as well as reconstruction Envious Assassin as kind of a tester roll to see what we can do with it. Very, very good rolls. And I want to touch on the bow and the rocket, of course, as those are the 2 main weapons you're going to want for PvE. I really appreciate you guys for checking out this video, and we're just going to go straight into it. Solstice is coming up tomorrow, and I'll be farming these weapons. Comment down below what weapon you like and what rolls you get, of course, as well. Thank you all for watching this one, and hey, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, comment down below as well, anything else you'd like to see from Destiny 2 or other games. I'm here in the comments and I'll be responding. Of course, as always, I'll see you all around. Have a great rest of your day.